Hey guys, it's Kennedy. So I'm back with another video and I'm trying to talk louder. I have my puppy with me. She's gonna come in later in the video. But just so you know, like up ahead in case she like pops in at any time. So today, this week, we are going to be doing a get to know me. Now yesterday I know I didn't post on Sunday and I need to get better about that. But this is going to be coming out today. And it's Tuesday, so happy Tuesday. And so let's get into the video. Hey guys, you're back. Okay, so in case my phone like falls, it's on like this little like stand that I made with some books and like a chapstick holder. But so today I'm going to be doing some get to know me questions. Question number 1. Who is my favorite actress and or actor? So my favorite actress, ever since I was like, I don't even know how old. But ever since I saw the movie Ella Enchanted, Anne Hathaway has been my favorite actress. And my favorite actor is probably, the first one that really comes to mind is like Chris Evans, but yeah, so that's the first question. Question number 2, what was my favorite high school subject? So my favorite subject in high school right now, because I'm only going to be a sophomore, it's been my journalism class, which I love because it's like a little family in there and we get to work on the yearbook. And it's just really fun. Like, it's an amazing space. We get to eat snacks, we get to watch movies, but we get a lot of work done, and it's really like helpful because I want to be a writer one day. So like we learn a lot about interviewing skills and stuff like that. Number 3, what is my favorite social media platform? So my favorite social media platform is probably between Pinterest and VSCO, just because I feel like those are some of the most positive ones I use, and those are ones that I try to be on, like, not more, but if I'm like, but when I'm not on Twitter, like Instagram or something like that, or like snapping somebody, I usually will pick up those because, and also like you can, they're just like planning, layout, lifestyle type apps, and I really like them. Number 4, do you have any pets? Yes, I do. Okay, Junie. This is my Junie. This is my puppy, Juniper Pepper. Junie, look at the camera. Look. Aw, isn't she cute? Say hi, Junie. Anyway, Junie is my teacup schnauzer, and she's 1 and like, her birthday is in April, so she's 1 in like maybe 2 or 3 months. We had a birthday party for her, and it was really fun, but we got her last summer, and I just love her so much. So yes, I love Junie. Juniper Pepper is my puppy. Say hi, Junie. Say bye, Junie. Say bye. She might stay with me, but okay. So number 5, what was the name of my first pet? So I've only had 2 dogs my whole life. Junie, well, actually I've had like 3. I've had Junie, the dog before her, Coco, and when I was really little, I had a dog named Princess. But my first pet, besides Princess, was a goldfish, and her name was Goldie. And Goldie was literally my favorite pet. Like, I loved her. I didn't take her everywhere with me, but like, she was just always there, until like one time my family went to Maryland, where I'm from, and we were going on vacation or whatever, and we like left her some food in her bowl so that she wouldn't be hungry while we were gone, because we couldn't take her with us because we were staying in a hotel, and you can't bring your pet fish to a hotel. And so I'm gonna be in the video again. But, so basically, we left her some food so that she wouldn't be hungry, and when we came back, all the food was gone. She was, like, floating upside down, and I was like, Mommy, what happened to her? And she was like, Kennedy, Goldie ate too much food, and Goldie had, like, basically killed herself. She ate all her food, like, the first night. It was dead. But anyways, that was the name of my first pet, and after I had Goldie, every time I would get a goldfish, I would name them Goldie, like, after her, and I'd bury them right beside. It was a lot. But Goldie is the name of my first pet. Number 6, what scares me about aging? What scares me about aging is probably just the thought of dying. I know that sounds kind of weird, but the thought of like just not being on Earth anymore is a little bit scary to me. So, number 7, how old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real? So, fun fact, in my family, they never told me that Santa was real. They just always were upfront about, like, me being, like, Tooth Fairy, you know, the Easter Bunny, they aren't real. They aren't actual people. So, I never had an age where I found out that Santa wasn't real. I just never grew up believing in him. But I do love me a good Santa Claus Christmas movie, though. Number 8, have you ever won a trophy or award? Yes, I've won a I Dare You award during 4-H the past year for basically leadership skills and being, like, you know, a bright light, and just inspiring people. And I also have, like, trophies from when I was in cheerleading. I have some from ballet, when I did dance, and then I have, like, medals from my Battle of the Books competitions. Number 9, what was the worst grade you ever gotten on a test? So, in 7th grade, I've never been the best at math. In 7th grade, it was, like, really, really bad. And we took this test one time, and I got a 27, and I felt so bad about it. And I told, like, I think one person, and then the next day the whole class knew that I got a 27 on a test, so I was really embarrassed about that. But yes, that's, like, the worst I've ever gotten on a test. Number 10, what was the last song you listened to? I think the last song I listened to was either Loser Like Me from the cast of Glee, which Glee is amazing. You should definitely watch it. If you hate it, I'm not friends with you. No, that's a joke, but I love Glee. We don't associate with Leah Mitchell, though. But, or it was Latch by Sam Smith and, like, whoever else sings on the song with him. But that was the last thing that I, live in. What is the farthest away place that I've ever been? So, last summer, me and my family went on a cruise, and the cruise went to basically, like, it's like the tropics, sort of. Like, it wasn't Jamaica, but it's hard to explain. I'll have in the description somewhere where we went, but basically we went out of the state. Like, we went out of the country. Like, we were not in the United States anymore, sort of. Like, anyway, it'll be right here where we went. It was a Carnival trip, but yeah, on, like, the Carnival ships, like, island called Cocoa Beach something, but basically it was out of the country. Number 12, what is something you wish that you were gifted at doing? I wish I was gifted at, like, acting or something like that, because actually when I was in 7th grade also, I had, like, a mental breakdown, and I tried to tell my mom that I would never be famous for anything if I wasn't, like, an actor, an actress, or, like, something in, like, TV or something like that, because I was like, oh, I want to be famous, and I want people to, like, remember me, and if I write books, nobody's gonna, anyway. Yeah, so I wish I was gifted at, like, something like acting or theater, even though I do want to be in a play, like, at my school before I graduate. I wish I was, like, good at it, like, really good, like, you know, like some people are. Shout out theater kids. Amazing. Number 13, are you a morning person or a night owl? I consider myself a night owl because I do like staying up late, but I just say I'm not a morning person because I don't like waking up early or anything like that. Number 14, what kind of books do you like to read? I like to read, basically, when I was younger, that was when I read more, like, fantasy, more, like, sci-fi, dystopian type stuff. But the older I got, the more I just read realistic, juvenile fiction, stuff like that. I'll read, like, realistic fiction or, like, you know, romance novels or stuff like that, because those are my favorite genres. But if it's something that looks interesting to me, then I'll usually read it. Number 15, what's my favorite TV show at the moment? Between Alexa and Katie and, what was I watching? The Politician. I really, really like The Politician. I like the storyline. I like how, the show is amazing. I really like it. But those are my favorite 2 shows right now, Alexa and Katie and The Politician. The Politician is also by the same guy who created Glee, which is why it's so good. 16, what was the first concert that I've attended? Fun fact, I've never been to a concert. I've never been to one because just like whenever they come up, it'd either be too far away or like the seats wouldn't be good or something like that. So I've never been to one actually. I wanted to go to the Justin Bieber one this summer, but you know, Corona. Love her. Anyway, I've never been to a concert before, so. Number 17, what was the last thing you bought? The last thing I bought was either jewelry, a book, or like Chick-fil-A and or a Starbucks drink. Just because, if I have to take her out, I'm going to have to pause this and like add in another clip. But yeah, those are like the 3 things that I probably bought last. Number 18, what was my first ever phone call and who was it to? So, I got my first phone when I was in, like, the end of 5th grade, going into 6th, because I was going to have to stay at home by myself. But the first person I remember calling was my friend Gianna. At the time, like, she was my best friend, and so when I got my phone, I was so excited because she had just got a phone or something, and I was like, hey, Gianna, I'm at home, you know, I'm just calling you on my new phone or whatever. Number 19, what was the first old/classic old book that you've ever read? So the first old book that I really remember reading was probably To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, just because I was in Battle of the Book since 4th grade, and then, you know, from 4th grade to 8th grade, and we had to occasionally read books that were older, or like books that were considered classics. So that's the first book that I remember reading that was like a classic. Number 20, if you had to volunteer, if you had to do volunteer time, what would you do? So last summer I volunteered at the library by my grandparents' house actually, and it was really fun. By the end of the summer, everybody, you know, loved me. We all got used to doing it. And it was really fun, and I would want to do it again. But yeah, so I volunteered at the library, which is what I would do if I had to volunteer somewhere. 21, what do you think is hard about being a parent? Right now, like, just seeing my mom be a single mom, and, you know, the people that are parents that, you know, like, family members and relatives. I think the hardest thing about being a parent is, like, right, to me, I think it's seeing your child grow up because, you know, you had them, you know, you carried them in your womb for 9 months if you're a woman, you know, you've seen them from being a little baby, and then one day they just grow up and they go away to college or they get a job and they move out of your house. And I feel like it would be kind of hard to see the person, you know, your child, like, grow up in a way, so you have to get used to thinking of them as, like, an adult or you know, a young adult. So I think that the hardest part of being a parent is seeing your child grow up. Number 22, what animals scare me the most? No animal particularly scares me, but I'd say that it's not an animal, but like spiders or like insects, I don't like them that much. 23, what did you do for your last birthday? So for my last birthday, when my friend Zari came over to my house and we had a sleepover, and then the next day we went to this place called Greg's Pottery near where I live, and we painted mugs, which I'm such a bad friend, but I haven't given my friends all their mugs yet, sorry. But so we painted mugs, and then we went over and we got cupcakes and we took pictures downtown because they had like a lot of like, you know, painted walls and stuff. So that's what we did. It was really fun, and I turned 15. So number 24, what are the names of 3 old TV shows that you like? So The Golden Girls, Saved by the Bell, and Designing Women. Those are just the first 3 that popped in my head. But I love The Golden Girls just because it's funny and it's like timeless and iconic. And I like Saved by the Bell because it's, you know, it's about kids, and it's about kids in like high school and or middle school, and just because it's funny. And Designing Women, it's just iconic. Like, it will forever be timeless. The acting is pretty good. I just like those shows, and they just happen to be old. Number 25, this is the last question. Do you love dancing? I loved it. I used to do lyrical. I did ballet. I did tap. I occasionally did jazz. I did all kinds. I love dancing. I really want to do it again, and I really want to get my pointe shoes. So, yes, I did love it, but I kind of took a break and started doing cheerleading. But, guys, that is the last question I'm going to be doing today. So, Junie, say bye, because we're going to take her outside. Say bye. But, guys, thank you for watching this video. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe and comment down below what your favorite TV show is. Comment down below the newest TV show that you started watching. Okay, thank you guys for watching this video so much. I love you. Bye.